Well, welcome back to the next film in our little series called Training with Twig. Well, first of all, I've got to apologise to everybody for the delay in getting this video out. Anybody living in the UK will have realised we've had some really bad hot weather. We've had quite a nasty heat wave. So basically, it's curtailed my training with Twig for some weeks. But we're getting some cooler weather, and she's getting a bit older now. She's now 16 weeks old. So it's time to crack on with her training. If you're a regular viewer to the YouTube channel, you'll know that I'm a real advocate of Placeboards. I've used them for Ted and I use them for Percy, and obviously now I'm going to use them for Twig. I also use them for my clients' dogs that come for training. I think they're a real great way of helping us to focus our training, but also it focuses the dog as well. And basically the idea of this board is a great place for that dog to be. Only good things happen on it. And initially that good thing will be a treat, and we'll talk a little bit about treats in a minute or two. So this is going to form the foundation of all her basic training. She'll do her sits on here, we'll do her stays and waits on here. I'll get her to retrieve onto it, and that'll hopefully then develop onto a nice delivery. So they're a great thing to use. Some people think they're a bit faddy and a bit of a gimmick. I think once you've used them, you just don't go back. The biggest benefit to me, especially training Cocker Spaniels, is that Cockers have a real habit of wanting to creep. And I've found since I've been using a Placeboard, that's almost gone away. So what we'll do is I'll go and get little Twig out and just show you how I introduce her to the board and how we've progressed on to using two boards very, very quickly and very, very easily. So I'll go and get her, and we'll do a little demo as to where we are with it. So as you can see, little Twig's already really switched on to the Placeboard. She's as keen as mustard for it. It's been really easy to get her used to it. And the main thing we've done that, and it's the only time I'll ever use treats when training her, is I treated her onto the board. So very, very tiny little things. I'm not going to overdo it. Oh, good girl, good girl. So the only time she gets any treats is when she sits on that board. So we'll just see if we can get her off, and then we'll bring her back on again. Come on in. Sit. Good girl. See there how quickly and how sharp she came back on that board. If you notice, I'm standing at the long end. I'll always stand either end because that's going to act like a little runway for me. One of the things I've been doing with Twig for the last few weeks is just getting her really used to being on the Placeboard, and I've been using it quite a lot for her recall as well. So the idea is I stand at the long edge of the board, and when I call her, that's going to act like a little runway for her. So we'll just see how she gets on. Twig, come. Sit. Good girl. You can see how quick that was and how sharp she was. Now this is the only time she gets any treats from me, is when she comes onto that board. But also, my hands are not just a vending machine, they're also for that bit of praise. And straight away I'm getting that nice high head carriage, which hopefully, as we get on and do a bit more retrieving, will mean I get a nice delivery from her. Wait. Wait. Good girl. So I've introduced this little wait command as well. Wait. And I'm just starting now to move around the Placeboard with her a little bit and just drifting off a little bit. I'm not pushing it too hard. Again, no treats. Just that nice bit of very, very gentle. No high energy praise here. Nice and gentle. Good girl. Wait. Wait. I'm just going to move off again. Wait. Good girl. Good girl. Well done. Come on in. Good girl. So I'm going to break the exercise. I don't want her breaking the exercise. You see there, she just jumped straight back on the board, which she just loves it. Just absolutely loves it. You can see that little tail wagging. Nice high ear carriage. She's not worried about it at all. Twig, come. Twig, come. Sit. Good girl. Now you notice I use the command sit there instead of place. It's just something I do. So the other thing I'm doing now is I'm gradually increasing the distance from her that I make her wait. This has been built up over the last few days. If you watch the Percy videos, you see I'm really keen on quite quick movements, not nice and slow all the time. I'm not going to praise her till I go back onto the board. Good girl. Good girl. Wait. And this is the real benefit, I think, of the Placeboard. It just gives them that platform. Wait. Good girl. Well done. Well done. That's a good girl. Again, no treats, just that bit of praise. Everything's done nice and gently, nice and slowly. Good girl. Go on. There you go. Good girl. Yes, well done. Well done. You see she's got plenty about her. I'm over the moon with her. It's a lovely, lovely little pup. Lovely pup. Good girl. That'll do you. That'll do you. I mentioned earlier on that I'm going to use 2 Placeboards with Twig. I've not done this before. And one of the exercises I've been practicing with her is getting her to wait on one board while I call her to the next one. So we're going to leave her there. We're going to set her to wait. This has really developed quite well. Wait. Wait. Twig, come. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So why is this going to be a useful exercise? Well, I'll just show you. I'll just bring her back onto the other board. Sit. Up, Twig. Twig, come. Sit. I'm going to just give her a little treat there. Wait. So what I've realised is I can just start to get her to sit at a bit of a distance while I stand off of the board. Twig, come. Sit. Good girl. Yes. That's really good. And that's going to be really useful for me as I start to develop a stop whistle later on. Good girl. And I've never been able to do this with such a young puppy. And it's all down to these Placeboards. She knows she's got to sit on the board, so when she reaches it, I can just tell her to sit. I'm just going to push my luck a little bit. I'm going to just see how far back off I can get to. I've not tried this before. Twig, here. Twig, come, sit. Okay, I'm just going to give her a little treat just to reinforce that. Wait. Wait. Now, I've not tried this before. I've got no idea how this is going to work. I'm going to come quite a way back off of that board. Twig, come. Sit. Nope, too far. Good girl. Yes, I know. You're a softie. You're a softie. Good girl. Sit. Wait. Well, there's a lesson learnt. Don't push yourself too far. So we just shorten it down to make sure we get this lesson right. Twig, come. Sit. Good girl. Well done. That's really good. That's going to do her for today. In the next episode, we're going to be looking at doing a little bit of retrieving on the Placeboard. So hopefully we get that one done fairly quickly. And join us again.